What is up, guys? I'm here with the July 2017 True King Yangsing deck profile. I just got first at locals this past Saturday, so yeah. So start off with 3 baby Cerasauruses. Standard, you want to have 3. It's probably like what allows you to do like all your searches other than oviraptor. I run 2 petites. I think 2 is fine. 3, I mean, I feel like I see this enough, and I feel that baby Cerasaurusus is a lot better, only because it can attack, and most of the time I'm just searching level 4s with petites, so 2 is fine. For the MVP, oviraptor, you need to have 3. This is a staple. Searches all your dinos out. You need it. 1800 beater, pretty good. Second MVP, Miscellaneousaurus. Can bait out a lot of hand traps or just use it to search out more cards. Really good. I run 1 of the new giant Rex. I found myself doing like a lot of combos with this, and I just kept on using it every turn to XC, so I feel like it's a really good card. And I substituted this card in for 1 ultimate conductor tyranno, and I guess I'll talk about that a bit later. I run 1 of the tuner. If you're gonna play this deck, you need to have this. It's the only level 1 dino tuner in the game, so you need to run it. 1 kaiju, dogoran. It's a dinosaur. It's a kaiju. Can get over big monsters that you can't target, like Masterpiece. In the tourney, someone played a per Formapal magician deck. They summoned Zark on me, so this just let me get over it. It's pretty funny. 1 conductor tyranno. I used to always run 2, but as I was thinking, like doing the calculations of how many dinos I have, I found myself ending up with around 6 dinosaurs at the end of my combo in the first turn. And if you want to extend your combo, you usually use Miscellaneousaurus' effect to banish 4, so you could summon another Miscellaneousaurus from your deck, or a Tyranno or a Giant Rex, which ends up leaving you with only 2. So I found myself having to only really need 1, because if they're able to bypass your board after the first turn, then usually 1 will be enough. Moving on to the True Kings, I run 3 lithosagyms. Very standard if you're playing the True King engine. I feel like you have to if you want to do like the most with this deck. So really good. Lets you banish 3 from the extra deck and lets you pop off your babies so you can get their effects. I run 1 of the fire one. In the link format, I might play test with 2 since I find myself using this a lot more and more. But for now, 1 is fine. Never really saw me having too much trouble or hoping to draw this, so not too bad. I run 1 of the water ones. Pretty good if you want to do like if you don't get a baby tier in your hand, then this is a good substitute because it lets you summon another True King or another Yangsing. So good card. For the Yangsing engine, I run only 3. So in my main deck I only run 3. I run the fire suanni, the earth Bien, and the tuner chiwen. So I feel like 1 of each is enough, and any more then it gets too clunky, and because basically you don't want to draw any of the Yangsing cards, and that's the only reason why you only one of each. And then this is, I guess, not a tech, but I choose to run baobaboons. Like I stated, if you draw any of the Yangsing cards, usually your combos get stopped, or if you draw your 1 tuner, they get stopped. So baobaboon's a good answer to that. And I run leviair in this deck, so it allows me to recycle like my Miscellaneousauruses when I banish them. Now for hand traps, I only run 3. I run the standard maxx'c, 1 ghost ogre, and 1 ash blossom. I only have 1 ash. It's whatever. It's good when it's good, but I felt that ghost ogre is a lot more helpful. And maxx'cs, I played true dracos, so I found myself citing out this card, but it's a staple if you're going against zoo. So that was it for the monsters. Moving on to spells. 3 fossil digs, standard. So the rota of the deck searches out your miscellaneousaurus, your oviraptors, etc. For the fields, I run only 2 field cards, 1 diagram, 1 lost world. If I had 2 diagrams, I'd run 2. If I had 3, I probably wouldn't run 3. I found myself being able to do the combos without diagram, but it's never bad, you know. If you have 1 baby and 1 diagram, you could do your full combo. But you know, since I don't have the other diagram, I was like, okay, I'll just run 2. And because, like I said, the main problem I had with this deck was drawing my Dino tuner and the Yangtze cards. So if I ran 3 diagrams, sometimes I'd draw like diagrams and Yangtze cards, and I wouldn't be able to do anything with that. So, good alternative. Like I said, if I had another diagram, I'd switch it out for that Lost World. But Lost World really only helped me once. 2 terraformings, since I only have 2 fields, no reason to run 3. 1 dark hole, 1 raigeki, and 1 twin twisters. This is basically your board removal. Find this ratio pretty good. Never found myself having to side out any or side in more board wipes. And then 1 9 pillars. If we're gonna use the Yangtze engine, then you need to have at least 1. And that's my main deck. Moving on to my extra deck. I run 2 Denglongs. So if you're running the Yangtze, this basically allows you to extend your extra deck combos, and you can do the combo in the link format, since you're only using your extra deck 1 at a time. So you only have 1 extra deck monster on the field 1 at a time. So 2 found myself good, because if they stop your combo and you just have a Denglong, you can use the second Denglong in your extra deck in the next turn. So it's pretty good. 1 Trish, very standard, really good card. It's easy to get now. It's probably like $3. 1 Herald of Arc Light. I use the Earth and the Tuner Yangtze to do this combo, so really easy to do that. 1 Leo. This card's really good. You tend to not summon this as much, but if you're playing True Dracos, you're always going to want to summon this, since it can be targeted. And I always found myself using this during or against True Dracos. And 1 Abyss Dweller. I don't think it's that great of a card. It's really good in the mirror match, but if you're going in the mirror match again, and they use their lithosagym to banish like your extra deck, usually this is a target they choose, so it's a good, like, I guess, substitute. But sometimes it's not bad, you know. But I didn't find myself summoning this at all. So 1 Tornado Dragon. I think this is like a staple in almost like every rank 4 deck. 1 Castel and 1 Arc. And the reason why I choose these, or I showed these together, is because they serve the same purpose. They have a big monster that they can only be destroyed by battle or something, and this is a good alternative. Since it doesn't destroy, it just either attaches it as an XC or sends it back to the deck. 1 Gagaga Samurai for OTKs. I find myself summoning this a lot, and people would say Chimbara is better, but in this deck I feel like you XC more, especially because I only have 1 of the dragons, or of the Dino tuners. But in the link format, I might have to use Chimbara, only because you won't be able to have as many extra deck monsters on the field. 1 Leviair. This is the only rank 3 in my extra deck, because I have the baobaboons, so I have to run it. And then these 2, standard, and Phantom Fortress, another rank 9, and finally VFD.